What's up, everybody? Welcome to another week of Growing Up Kayfabe. We are the Yes and No of Wrestling podcast. I'm your host, Joe, and as always, my good buddy and my co-host, Darnell.
Greetings, Earthlings.
You know what it is. Every week, we're coming at you to bring you the recap, our own recap of the three brands of the week: Monday Night Raw, NXT, and Friday Night SmackDown, and a little AEW if we find anything that we'd like to talk about in there. Not going over the entirety of the shows, but what just stood out and what was important to talk about in our opinions. And of course, inviting you as always to talk to us down below in the comments and let us know what you think of what we've been saying, what we've been skipping out on, what you find to be important that maybe we're not talking about. Always like to hear all your wrestling opinions down there. We like to talk anything wrestling down below in the comments. So also make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell, and follow our social media, Super Sour JIR on all social media across the board. And you can go follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Super Sour Games, where we are diving into hell on Hell Divers 2 consistently. Hell yeah. Dive on in. Also go follow Darnell on his Twitter and TikTok, Snuggy T and Snuggy, and you'll see that down below there as well. Also, it's all in the show notes. You missed any of that, just go to the show notes and go to our accounts and follow us there. Wrestling. Good old wrestling. The week show, this week's of show have yet again, because of The Rock. Again, I always give the flowers where they are due. Because of The Rock, this show, yet again, Friday was the better show again.
I was like, where the fuck was I at Friday night? I was at the goddamn movies.
Yeah.
Fucking movie 3 hours long.
Came in for the main event though, which was good. You don't even remember what the main event was.
Wasn't it fucking Bailey and
Dakota Kai?
Yeah, okay, yeah, and then Naomi came out.
So on Monday, so here's the thing about Monday. Monday was the promo with Drew and Seth trying to build their matchup a little bit more, which is good. They are, you can tell they are inactive, no more sleeping around and kind of buying time. Now is time to active build up for the fights. Because as of right now, anybody who is involved in any fight right now in WrestleMania has just been chilling and talking on the mic. So now it's time for some action. But that being said, on Monday, a couple big things happened. One of which we'll talk about in a second. But keep going with what we were saying. Seth and Drew. Seth destroys Drew on the mic. First time since they've been doing all this shit. And it's mostly because Drew flubbed. He flubbed. And then he walked away. And I'm pretty sure he was supposed to walk away in that moment, but that would be great if he flubbed so hard that he was like, I'm just going to get out of here and make it seem like I'm so angry. Yeah.
I'm cooked. Gotta go.
And I love the outside character development on Twitter and all that shit for all of these things, because he does that. And then he goes to Twitter to be like, I knew what he was doing. He was trying to rile me up. He was trying to get me to attack him backstage, but I'm not going to ruin our WrestleMania moment for this. And I'm like, that at least he's, backhandedly explaining what happened, which is cool.
Honestly, they don't need Seth to talk about anything. They should just let Drew keep talking and building everything up, because it's just funny to see him just kind of, just be an asshole sometimes every now and then. Because honestly, Seth, he's just like, sure, I feel like he's definitely going to lose the belt for what he said during his promo, just because he's just like, oh, okay, now I'm going to talk about you. It's like, you should have been talking about him to begin with, my dude. Right. But you're over here focused on your big brother over there talking shit about you and, saying that you're wearing your wife's clothes and shit. And workhorses don't walk with a limp. But you're over here and you got a whole angry Scottish man in front of you, and you're just like, okay, now you get my attention. It's like, nah, that's how you get Claymored into oblivion, my guy.
Though. Seriously,
night 2, you might die.
Yeah, it's inevitable that Drew's gonna, and I agree with you, because also, even with all that being said, if there's one thing that I've said in the past few weeks, Seth is amazing on the mic. Top 2 guys, if not the number 1 guy on the microphone right now. But for that reason, it sounds like I'm trying to insult Drew with this, but I'm not. But because Drew, like you said, Drew's amazing when he's out there cutting those solo promos. Fucking, so I'll sit there and watch a 20-minute promo of that. If he'll drag it on, I'll do it. But when he's out there, he gets buried by Seth, and that looks bad for him. kind of good for his current character, but in the end, he's got to be able. I mean, that if he's going to be the big dog, he's got to be able to cut duo promos where he's going to have to go back and forth. Can't just go out there and solo promo every title match.
Oh yeah, no, but it Seth needs to be taken out back. He needs to be treated like that horse that broke its leg. Because it's like, bro, to me, like he overstayed his welcome after the Shinsuke shit. It was like, yo, all right, let's get somebody else's belt.
Yeah.
We get it. You come out, everyone sings your song, you don't talk for 3 minutes, and then you cut your promo. And then while you're cutting a promo with someone else, everyone starts singing your song, and it's like, oh my God, my dudes. We get it. You're the greatest. You don't need that belt. Give it to somebody else.
Best time killer ever.
Please. Fuck a time kill, bro. Yeah. Just let's get back to wrestling.
Good old wrestling. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think that I hope that they do that with just get him off the title, and then I don't know what you could do with him, but one thing I don't want to see with him is like him going down to like mid-card titles and then just start doing that. I'm like, no Intercontinental, no US, maybe tag team with somebody who gives a shit at that point, but just do big matches and tag teams, because otherwise I hate seeing a guy who was at the top for so long and then just like can't seem to just fully let it go, so then he's gonna go do mid-card stuff.
No, he's already Super Cena. Mm-hmm. He's Super Cena 2.0, so he's got to do that. He's got to get either the IC belt or the US title and be like, what's up? Open challenges, bitch.
For real.
Every week.
If Randy gets the US title, not only A, will it look weird on him, B, I'm going to be like, for what? Fucking what? Like, Randy's another guy who doesn't need a title. He just can hang out and do storylines.
Yeah. That, what do you call it? It'd definitely be better to give it to Kevin, because Kevin, he's an all-around good guy. It's like, He's not, like, a lot of people, like, to me, it seems like they try to be funny, or they try to be unserious or serious. Mm-hmm. Kevin does all three at one time without fucking doing it. It's just like him being himself, basically. Yeah,
for sure.
And it's just like, it works. And then he still has all the shit going on with, obviously Logan, then the steering, you got Grayson. And then, obviously, they could just be like, oh, well, we still kind of have this shit kind of left over with Randy from you almost getting RKO'd and stuff.
Right.
We can run that, too. So, it's like, they can do a lot more with Kevin, because it's like, yeah, sure, Logan said he's taking it more serious, but it's like, hey, bro, you ain't even defending that shit on TV yet.
Yeah, for real. Wait, now we have to wait till Mania, and then it's a little too much foreshadowing. But there's a huge possibility that Logan wins this and they continue to build Logan, because they're doing SummerSlam in Cleveland. And they had Logan announce it on his podcast. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then they were playing it all Friday night, like the clip from his podcast being like, it's going to be in Cleveland, my hometown. And I'm like, shit, they're probably going to have him win at Mania.
He's definitely winning.
Yeah. That's going to be oh, I mean, again, as always with WWE logic, he could lose and then do a giant rematch at SummerSlam and then get it back at SummerSlam. But because then if he wins at Mania, he's definitely going to win at SummerSlam. Like, he can't have him lose in his hometown. Oh, man. Yeah, the rest of Monday, 3-hour show. But the only other things to talk about would be, again, flowers do what I do, where I give them. Liv Morgan puts on a great match, which I was verbally contesting to, because again, before I say all the good things, let me just say the one bad thing, which is, again, need to change that finishing move, need to change a little bit of the move set, because it doesn't sell very well. But she looked amazing against Becky. Finally, they're having her do stuff, and then like I complained about it, I was like, I hate Becky's moveset. Becky's moveset is get beat the fuck up and then do a manhandle slam and call it a day. And I'm like, that's crazy that she does. The manhandle slam never sells very well. The only bitches who sell it well are like Bianca, Bailey, and I mean, like, there's a couple other bitches who sell it well, but other than that, it's a weird thing to sell. They have to jump with her in timing, and it never works for any reason, but it's the ultimate finisher to the match. Yeah, yeah. And it just doesn't, and instead of fixing it in any way, they're just like, nope, manhandle slam for the win. It's like Gunther's power bomb. I swear.
No, we can't even say Gunther really has a finisher.
Yeah, for real.
He has a series of he does King's Grapple and fucking Tekken basically.
Yeah,
He
for
just
real.
does a bunch of shit to you to the point where you're like, all right, man,
I
I'm
give
done.
up. Yeah.
I can't go any further than that.
I said it the last match he had. I was like that when he like held the power bomb for a couple seconds and then did it, and I was like, you know what? Just with that small modification, much better with that small modification.
Yeah, I feel like they need to go to the Undertaker and be like, hey, can he use the last ride? That's just gonna be his thing because I think they're like the same height, so it'll be fucking much worse.
Yeah,
having Gunter like literally like pick you up off the ground, lift you up, and then lift even high, extended.
Yeah,
and then just drop your shit.
It would be terrifying for his moveset. Yeah, exactly. See, it's in both of our heads that exact word, terrifying. And if people see him do it, they're gonna be like, "Oh shit, that's a different power bomb." And
like,
I
mean, please seek medical attention after this.
Yeah, anything's possible. If KO's able to bring back the fucking pop-up power bomb, I mean, we can bring back other moves. I know you do not have a Stanley. I know you did not just. I know you did not just drink out of a Stanley nonchalantly. Becky Lynch takes Liv Morgan out. I think that ended, and then Nia Jax got involved again, and now they're gonna have like some kind of triple threat match, or Nia and Becky are gonna have a match next week. I don't know. It's good. Becky's been the only one who's been consistently wrestling for all of her build-up. And meanwhile, Rhea hasn't wrestled a single time at all. She's probably not going to wrestle till Mania, which is crazy.
Probably shit going on in her personal life.
Yeah.
Besides having, she just has to show up to do promo and then leave.
Yeah, and I always say Rhea's my favorite, but really got to work on her promo too. Her promo skills are wavering. They are not the greatest.
I think it's after Crown Jewel is when it just started kind of going downhill for her a little bit. Like, not like in a straight, like, yeah, it's just been like slowly but surely just calming down.
Well, I think that, she was doing so much with Judgment Day and Dom.
Yeah.
And when she's doing promos with them and for them, top tier. And I think people started to notice when she was doing solo shit that not so good doing solo promo. And everybody says if you're going to be a champion of the complete package, people will notice those things. It doesn't matter that when she gets in the ring. I mean, it matters to me, but like when she gets in the ring and she super sells stuff and, ends up doing a great match, even if there's a botch in it, like it's great. But it all starts to add up if every single time you're on the mic, it's not that great. So.
Yeah, because even when she came out Monday, she didn't even do like the stomp. Even though it was like right after a match and everything that she came out. Like she didn't do the stomp or anything. She just kind of came out and then like slowly raised the title. And it was just like, what was that about? I mean, I get you can't do that stomp all the fucking time because that probably fucks your foot up a little bit. But
I think she was wearing heels that night too, which was another.
That would have. Jesus.
Another
just shot the heel into her heel.
For real. If there was no indication at all that somebody was gonna be into not be wrestling that night, that would be the biggest indication. She ain't gonna wrestle when she's coming out.
Yeah.
And that was the other shitty thing is that like Rhea just comes out and just flashes the title after it all, and what comes of that? Nia and Becky, you're like, okay, sure, again, let's do it again, sure.
It's for another build up because they're just trying to build Becky up. And obviously, going into Mania, neither person is going to lose except Bayley.
I saw this. I saw this video on TikTok, and it was talking about it was a bunch of the pictures scrolling type shit, and it was showing what we wanted and what we got. So I know this guy isn't fully on the same page as everybody, so I can't really trust this opinion because it's all WrestleMania matches, and it's what we wanted, and it's CM Punk and Seth. I'm like, that's true. And then it goes, what we got, CM and fucking Drew. We're like, okay, fair enough. Then he goes, what we wanted, and it's Rock and Roman. And he's like, what we got, Cody and Roman. And I was like, okay, see, now I can't be on the same page as this guy, but let's see what else, he does what we wanted, Brock and Gunther. I was like, that's true. And then he's like, but what we got, Sammy and Gunther. I'm like, that's true. And then it goes to what we wanted, which is like Rhea and Becky. And I'm like, okay, but that's what we're getting. And then he swipes again. He's like, what we're gonna end up getting, which is Rhea, Becky, and Liv. And I was like, you watch your bitch ass mouth. You watch your mouth. You don't fuck. But he's right. I was like, damn. A lot of what he's, even regardless of his opinion on it, it's exactly what has come true. And I'm like, yo, this guy, he must work for the Simpsons or something, because that's probably gonna happen in the next 3 weeks to build up to Mania, brother.
I didn't want Rock and Roman. I could give less of a fuck about The Rock.
Exactly.
Period.
100%. He's not going to be there after Mania. Again, I cannot stress it enough. It is continued confirmed reports. Not going to be there after Mania. Maybe not even till SummerSlam.
Yeah, I could give. Like, even if he was still there, it's like, why are you here, bro? You're clearly here because Hollywood ain't working out for you right now.
And that it's funny because he has himself stated that it is because that he has Hollywood obligations that he has to attend to after Mania, and so he's going to be filming something because it's going to take him 6 to 8 months, and then he'll be back for SummerSlam or Crown Jewel or whatever. Maybe
it was supposed to be for an A24 movie, which obviously they, people gotta act their ass off in those movies because they're usually weird as shit.
Right. He better bring it. He better fucking bring it. Yeah, and then that's the thing. Like, we don't even know if the Crown Jewel SummerSlam thing is a possibility because he himself, like I talked about last week, has said he wants that Roman match at Mania. And I'm like, bro, you know what? If you want to be gone all fucking year and do fucking nothing and prove to everybody that you're an absolute dick, go ahead. And if you want that Mania match, go ahead. I don't put you guys on night 1, night 2, just ruin WrestleMania 41. Who gives a fuck at that point? Genuinely, just let him have it. Like, he is a spoiled brat. Just let him have it, because that means we get a whole year of other storylines that we get to have without him, and then he'll come in at the end and do some bullshit with Roman, and who gives a fuck? So either way, it's dumb. It almost means nothing. But the best way to sell it, regardless of what The Rock says, is to do it at SummerSlam or Crown Jewel. That's the best time to do it. Because by WrestleMania 41, if you think people don't give a fuck now, we definitely ain't gonna give a fuck at WrestleMania 41.
Yeah, but it's usually the small amount of people who are the loudest. So all the Rock, Roman nut huggers.
Yeah.
And it's probably gonna end up happening anyway.
Yeah, because exactly to what you're saying, at that point, the people who are louder, because there's Rock and Roman nut huggers now, but it's like they couldn't even pale in comparison to the Cody crybabies that were loud as fuck saying, like, we want Cody. So by that time that he comes around, yeah, you're right. Like, they'll petition for it, and it's going to go through because everybody else is going to be like, we don't give a fuck. Like, do what you want. Who gives a fuck? And they're going to be like, yeah, we got what we wanted. Rock and Roman. And we're like, yeah, we gave it to you. We don't care. Nobody's contesting you this time. That's why. But if it was up to the people again, and let's say, again, it won't be a scenario where he's like ruining a match. It'll just be a scenario where he's coming in to do it. So, I mean, I'll even welcome it at that time. I'll be like, sure. I bet right now they're writing it so hard that they're not even going to have shit for Roman to do after he loses the title. Roman's going to be gone for months, I guarantee. And I bet he's gone the same amount of time as The Rock. I bet.
Mania is in 2 weeks, right?
About
so like 6th and 7th, right?
Yeah, so I think is that 3 weeks or 2 weeks from now? I don't know.
I think it's 2.
Okay.
But
yeah, just about
one thing I noticed is they got this man doing a whole lot of talking.
Mm-hmm.
But we ain't seen him actually wrestling shit. And it's just like, bro, I hope you don't Goldberg this shit and be gassed within like the first fucking 3 minutes of the match.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why are you here, bro? You are a liability at this point.
Yeah.
Because then if something happens to you, it's going to be like, this is y'all's own fault. Y'all did this. Y'all just had him come out singing and shit and talking.
Yeah.
And it's just like, hey, how about you guys give him like a fucking smoke match or something, bro.
Something.
Because all you're gonna do is come out in your Speedos with your tight ass muscles.
Yep.
And then you're gonna Goldberg it. We're gonna be like, wonder why you're here, man.
Yeah.
because at least Roman, for a lot of his pay-per-view matches, like right before, he does something out there, like physically beating somebody's ass, like after or during a match.
Yeah.
To like DQ them, and then he talks shit. It's like, okay, at least he's doing something. He's moving.
Right.
You've been just standing around blue stealing it up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And just not doing much. Why? Why?
Why are you doing that? Yeah, that's again going against all the fucking dumb Rocky fans that when he came back, everybody assumed because of the shit he was talking, you know, like actual shit talk outside of the ring, being like, I'm back, I'm gonna be here full time. When he was saying that shit, it was assumed that that meant like, okay, well, he's here early, like way early from Mania, so he's definitely gonna have a match. Nope. Nope. Could have had a match on any show, anytime. Nope. Just never did. All good.
Oh, since you're a company man too now, he could have fucking had his daughter schedule him a match on NXT. There you go.
There you go. Why not?
Boost them NXT numbers up out of nowhere. Just be like, oh shit, why the fuck is this guy here?
Yeah. But he didn't, and he wouldn't, because he's not he's not an actual man of the people. He's not an actual man of the people. Let's just say that. He's not the people's champ.
Not anymore.
No, not my people's champ. Monday was the big, it's kind of like the most controversial storyline right now that's happening, which was that Sammy wins the Gauntlet match to take on Gunther at WrestleMania. Everybody heavily thought that Chad Gable was going to take it. And the moment that, like Sammy, I think like, he was definitely down and out. He kicked out and then like got a pin out of nowhere. And I was like, and like the ref went 1, 2, 3. I was like, oh, Sammy's winning the whole thing. I was like, you heard that?
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, I was like, that's done and over with. He won, and that's, obviously I'm just taking a educated guess, but I could have been wrong, and unfortunately I wasn't, because I think that as much as I don't like the kid story and my daughter's tears and all that, still Chad Gable's the best guy to beat this guy.
Yeah,
not what we're getting though.
Legit David versus Goliath.
Yeah, for real.
And now we had Sammy in here being the little brother crying that he can't make WrestleMania this year. And they're just like, okay, Chad, you understand, right? You can share. And he's just like, bitch, what? oh, whatever. I'm over it. I'm done. Fuck off. I'm out.
And the problem with like the idea of Chad taking on Sammy for the title afterwards is like, first of all, you're going to have Gunther do some kind of rematch. You're going to have him defend it at like Backlash. And the question is do you keep Chad Gable babyface? I mean, like his bitch is she's definitely going soon. Marcine Dupree, she probably going soon. And then, the other two, they're only Tozawa and whatever worm guy, caterpillar guy. They're both like just hanging out on the side. So Alpha Academy can really pretty much go away and it wouldn't bother too much anybody. So I mean, why not just turn Chad Gable heel, make him a bad guy, make him a vengeful father or something like that, so people can still, like an anti-hero, some people can like relate to. Otherwise, you're gonna have to do babyface, heel Gunther in a triple threat at like Backlash or something.
Yeah, they should have had Chad turn heel like right after the match, because he was kind of just standing there awestruck, like what the fuck, like right. I really lost. And then I think Sammy went to go like shake his hand or something, or like raise his hand. Right then and there, he just started beating the shit out of him, right there, perfect heel turn.
Yeah,
it's just like, this motherfucker don't deserve to be here. He's here because y'all feel bad. That's it. No, there's nothing else. And then it's funny. There are reports that Booker and Sammy were surprised at the amount of people were not happy with him winning.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, yeah, because y'all thought y'all could keep waiting and Sammy would still be like good with the people. But it's like, nah, y'all waited too long.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, I bring it up again. Chad he did that good promo right before the Gauntlet matches started. And then just for Sammy to just come in and win on some shenanigans is like, nah, that don't sit right with nobody.
Yeah, for sure.
You legit don't deserve to be here. You could have sat this year out and it would have been okay. You would have been fine.
Yeah. Hey, Sam, you ever heard of taking a break and just coming back and hearing that pop after a few months and people getting excited then to see what you're doing instead of having to force it on us that you're going to be a champion? Like, it kind of ties into what you guys were talking about last week. You need more titles because at this point, bring back the hardcore title. Do something, because at this point you're taking guys who are like championship worthy and heavy mid card worthy, but you only have 2 mid card titles. You got the US title and you got the Intercontinental title, and that's it. That's all you got. Fuck shit. Even fucking, well, no, NXT, if you really look at it, only has the 2 titles really, but still, like you just need more, because otherwise you just forcing guys to have to take opportunities from other guys who are going to be really good high level mid carders, but then you're going to, like, Sammy's above a mid carder. Like, people love him. He last year headlined WrestleMania. I mean, like, he's above a Chad Gable and all that, so it's a little unfair for all of them. Thank you, Ahsoka. She just meowed in my face. Yeah, bring back more belts. Because, I mean, how great would that be? Sammy versus somebody for a fucking hardcore belt. That'd be crazy.
They could bring Cruiserweight back.
Oh, Cruiserweight.
I don't know why we would have European title, because that was, to me, weird to begin with.
It's basically the fucking Heritage Cup now, is what that is.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They just have to come up with some whole new shit, because there ain't really much they can bring back.
Yeah, I think bringing back the hardcore, no Cruiserweight, but bringing back the hardcore and bringing back, and then like starting up some kind of I mean, hey, I don't hate that AEW does this, but make a fucking TV title, literally name it after, make a Netflix title, the Netflix champion. Every week on Netflix. You got to be, and I don't who it's like. The only things the fans bitch about with the belts is how they look, not what they are. Like 24/7 belt was kind of like the most dog shit belt of all time, but it at least gave some people, like, again, it gave lower to mid card people something to do and something for people to acknowledge them about and keep track of the story. And you're right, that I would say R-Truth ran that shit directly into the ground because they just kept giving it to him. But yeah, I mean, hey, at that point, yeah, even bring. I don't want to see 24/7. And I think if you put that in WWE's ear, they'd be like, "Should we bring it back?" You'd be like, "No, hardcore or some kind of TV belt, something."
That and I feel like there's enough 3-man factions where they could do trios title.
Yeah, I like that. And also, what about just like see, they already kind of fucked up with the Universal, like naming the new WWE belt like the Universal belt, because it's like, if you had like an actual Universal, you could make an actual Universal title of somebody who has to defend on both shows all the time, so like they're on Monday and Friday defending in like mid-card matches, but like these are ideas that I'm like, if they're not even pitching these at all in the writer's room, then I don't know what's happening in there. That's crazy. Because they seem so obvious to do. Easy money maker, easy way to push your other guys who are not at the very tippy top anymore, but should be somewhere in the middle. Imagine Randy Orton with a belt where every Monday and Friday he has to come out and just hit an RKO and defend his belt. Fucking, you'd be like, dope, easy money right there. Give it to a guy who just comes out and wins matches every other couple nights, then have him lose it. Whatever. Anyway, I digest. NXT.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay. That's what to say, bro. What the fuck?
NXT, I thought was the worst NXT in quite some time. You said there was. Oh, I'm assuming you're gonna say the best part was the end with Trick, right? And Lash Legend. It was amazing. Yeah, I was literally watching NXT with an angry face all night. I was like, this is fucking horrible. And then finally Trick Williams comes out and just has the craziest moment, and like he's so over with the crowd. It's so funny, man. And him making out with Lash Legend, first of all, I was like, hot, smart guy. That guy knows hot women. That's smart.
Yeah, I think from what I was seeing a lot from like a bunch of different comment sections, they're together in real life apparently.
Okay. Nice.
And I was like, oh, that makes sense. Because at first I was seeing stuff was like, isn't she married? And it's like, well, I mean, it's acting, so it's not like she's straight up cheating on whoever she's with.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Anybody for that matter. Because look at Dom and Rhea.
I was just about to
Bro
say
is
Dom
married
and
now. Rhea's about to be married. You haven't seen them actually have any actual physical affection, like for real, like ever. The only time we saw that was when he fucking was against Gunther, and she was kind of doting over him a little bit because obviously he had the fucking chest piece ripped off and then chopped a bunch.
Protection's gone. Yeah. That's what Dom was really thinking. He's like, I'm gonna wear this big chest pad and go do shit to me. Fucking Gunther said, give me that. Fuck, rip that shit open, dog.
But yeah, that's probably the only thing from NXT is the fact that Trick is back and cutting promos. And then switching to AEW, the only two good things, well, one's kind of bad. But Mercedes Moné being she's all elite now.
Yep.
And then Jay White's match with Darby Allin, where he just beat the dog shit out of him basically the entire time. And this man I think he did a coffin drop onto the fucking edge of the apron, and it's just like, bro, you really need to stop doing that.
Seriously.
And you're going to go climb a mountain. What if you got fucked up right then and there?
Right then and there, yeah.
Like, sure, it's a what if, but it's like, dog, come on now, you got to be a little bit smarter. And then right after the match was over, the rest of the Gold Bullet Club came out and they were beating the shit out of him. So then the Acclaimed came out to save Darby. Like, bro, what are you doing? That's Darby. Like, why would you do that? And then Jay threw the chair down and he's like, all right, fine, you're right. And then Max and fuck, I can't remember his name ever. But the other one, his teammate, I think I want to say Roman or something like that. I know it's something, man. Bowen, there we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Max and Bowen. They come out and they carry Darby like up the ramp, like halfway, and then Jay hits Billy Gunn with the chair. So they like stop and they're like, "What the fuck?" And then they go in there and they just get their ass beat. So now, unfortunately, no more Bang Bang Scissor Gang anymore. I was definitely on the website to make sure that the merch was still there so I could still buy it.
That makes me sad.
Yeah, right? Because it's like, oh, we got a cool thing. But I was like, I kind of saw that coming. Yeah. Jay White's an asshole.
Yeah.
But also, is like, they're both trios champs. They're the AEW trios champ and the Ring of Honor trios champ. So now they got something to do because Max and Bowen, they've been missing for like a couple months, honestly. Like, at least from like wrestling in AEW, they've been doing shit outside of it.
I had been seeing reports about how, like, story-wise, they didn't know what they were going to do with the Bang Bang Scissor Gang for a while.
Yeah, it was like, the fuck, bro? It's a 6-man tag group, basically. Yeah. Like, that ain't going to make no sense.
Yeah, I was like, and I was seeing the reports saying that the only logical thing to do is to split them up, and I was like, no, but it's the Bang. They'll live, hey, you best believe I don't care what anybody says. I'll be like, Bang Bang Scissor Gang. And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. Billy Gunn just keeping it all alive. Love it.
Bro needs to retire.
Yeah, I know.
Bro's big for no reason now.
Seriously. Like, why you look like that? All right. Well, Friday night was the biggest night again. 2-hour show, and they're still building up. They announced fucking 2 Mania matches. And they did 2 big builds for 3 Mania matches, right? Was it 2 or 3? 3.
I have no idea.
Yeah, 3. They announced 3 Mania matches, and they did the build up. So you got AJ Styles and LA Knight again. LA Knight, I was talking about this to you early on Friday. Just cuts the meanest promo. Like, and he starts off by taking the mic. And he's like, "If you don't mind, I gotta cook for a little bit." And you're like, "Oh." When he says some shit like that, you know he ain't gonna miss at all on his promo, and he didn't. I would suggest finding
them. Listening to the interwebs.
Yeah, for real. You say it's relevant. And I mean, and then, but I can't even be mad about, like, it's just perfect for what AJ's character is right now. He cuts all that promo saying yet again, AJ ain't here and all this shit. And then, challenges him to a WrestleMania match. And then you just see AJ Styles running full speed with a chair. Boom! To the back of the head. And I'm like, this man stays cheap shotting. Respect. I respect it.
Honestly, thinking about it, how you just described that, all I'm thinking, it's literally Homer versus Bart.
Yo, word.
And AJ is fucking Bart, just
Word.
coming up and fucking him up for no reason, and then dipping.
Like, they have done zero actual story building except for the fact that AJ's mad because he stepped over him in an opportunity, and then LA's mad because he fucked him over in Hell in the Cell, and they're like, we got beef now. And then there's no other buildup except for LA Knight chasing him for 3 weeks, and on this third week finally getting jumped and AJ accepting the match. Also, shouts out AJ, made a fucking an LA Knight too, like, because he opened up the chair and like he put it over LA Knight, and then put the bottom bar up to LA Knight's throat, and then he sat down in the chair, and I was like, hey yo, chill out, and then said I accept. And then of course we got Jimmy accepting the match. Yeet. Yeah, I'm always gonna be. I was waiting for it. I was like, say no yeet, but I was like, I realized if he says no yeet, everybody's gonna be like, wait a minute. So is that a no? what the fuck? But yeah, I mean, everybody's just excited for the match. And a good somewhat promo. The whole Big Brother thing is dumb, but I like doing those. Like last year, it was me and you at WrestleMania. Now it's me versus you, and I'm like, just that little line. I'm like, that's nice. I like that. That's good writing. And then, yeah, of course, now the U.S. Title match, the triple threat. Gotta have a triple threat at Mania. Staple. And, yeah, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Logan Paul. I like Logan Paul already cutting promo, like not cutting promos, making videos of him backstage being like, is this even legal? A triple threat match? Can they do this to me? They can't do this to me. I'm the United States champion. I'm Logan Paul. I'm Prime owner. But no, this can't be legal. This can't be right. And I'm like, it's so fun. He's doing great as a character. You're doing great. He acts all weird and rich boy-y, and then he gets back and he's all scared. He's like, what? No, triple threat. It can't be. So the Austin Theory cell, okay, so like I thought it was good, and then I saw a replay of it, and I was like, oh, it's comically bad. Cause he like,
I saw it and I was just like, he could have did better with that.
Yeah, the delay. I didn't notice the delay. Shouts out the cameras at the time. They like, cause it's just like you don't see him do it, but then you see other camera angles. You're like, oh yeah, bro, fucking huge delay on that. But I mean, it was still funny. And in theory, it was a cool move. I liked it. I bet if they do that again, he fucking sells it perfectly. I bet.
Yeah, I think the other thing was also how the direction of the stunner. That was the pause, because he had to figure out like, oh shit, okay, this is where I'm at, this is where Randy's at. So that's why he like took the stun, waited, and then had to pop up and turn around to catch the RKO. And that's all that was. Like, it was perfectly done, but it's like just the direction of the stunner is what fucked everything up. And
he's, as we've seen, real careful at making sure everybody's good. You know, he's like, I got to make sure that this move's going to go proper. And shouts out to him, like one of the few wrestlers who will like get injured and then be like, I'm going to be even safer now and make sure that everybody's good.
Yeah. Because we don't need shit like what happened with Big E. And then that one other, I don't remember his name, but he tried to do the what Cena did with Big Show and like lift him up and like and then he blew his, like you saw his knee straight up just give out on him pretty much.
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember that wrestler. Yeah.
But yeah, like as soon as I saw the clip of him doing that, I was like, bro, he's not lifting that up. Like he's struggling already. And I'm like, as soon as he gets it on top, they're gone.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. But also, yeah, same thing with Big E. It's like this man is finally on top. Like he's obviously been on top of his career for like a good, like probably like 7-8 years.
Mm-hmm.
But then just to get fucking belly to belly tossed and then you just land on your neck because this other dude didn't lift you high enough. It's like, fuck.
Seriously. I miss Big E, man.
I feel like he should just come back, like literally just as a manager.
Yeah.
Like don't get in the ring for any reason. Don't take any bumps. Just be with
Kofi and
what was the one dude with the megaphone? Like way back when you were fucking younger. Is it Jimmy Hart?
Yeah, Jimmy Hart, yeah.
Yeah, just be Jimmy. Just come out, talk shit, and then dip.
Bring that trumpet with you or whatever.
Yeah, because that's even another tag team that's just kind of been up in the air since Big E got hurt.
Yeah.
Like they've had matches like against Alpha Academy, and then I think they did a couple matches DIY too.
Yeah.
But like they just been up in the air.
They've been losing a lot too. So yeah, I think it would be great if he came back at all. But yeah, as a manager, that would boost them up as a tag team. And then once eventually, hopefully, when these belts get taken and then hopefully split, you can see them in a tag team picture again. Because they still got some years on them too. So undoubtedly, they'll probably be tag team champions again.
Yeah, because that's pretty much all Xavier was.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It was Kofi and Big E, and then Xavier was just out there with the trumpet doing shit. And the only thing is he could take bumps, so like he could get involved if need be, right, like for like story sake.
Yeah, Friday was a big build night for LWO and Toro Dayfeld Tasma. You get it. And
you're an embarrassment to all Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, I just honestly don't remember if when I hear the name I can say it back, but like if I don't hear it, then I'm like I don't even remember like how it's supposed to be pronounced. Del Toro L, is it L? So that's where I get lost, is like the whatever it is right before Phantasma, because I could say Phantasma, but well,
whatever the group is, that whole fucking storyline's been a fucking floundering because Ray left for a couple months because he was getting surgery and shit.
Yep, and doing a animated series as well, and now he's and now he's back, and now the story can progress. And I mean, hopefully, finally, I really thought this was going to be a build for the LWO, but it seems the opposite because LWO just lost the fucking tag team qualifier. So I'm like, interesting. That's actually pretty interesting. But yeah, the whole night was, they had the tag team match. Then the Santos had a singles match, and that's when Ray comes back. I'm like, pretty crazy night for them. It was again, I mean, like in a good way for them. I'm like, good for them for SmackDown giving them so much TV time to start finishing this fucking story with them. Everybody's got to finish their story. Everybody.
The whole point of WrestleMania.
Yep. Really is the theme this year. And speaking of that, Bayley, we'll talk about the Bayley match. Yeah, Bayley was the end match. First thing to talk about was that you were right. Asuka is a little injured. They don't have much reports on it, but they said literally just by her getting in the ring, she just kind of like stumbled a little bit, tweaked something, and yeah, she hurt. But we'll see more reports on that. It's crazy. Off of like nothing. Got the Tony Ferguson.
That's all it takes most of the time for like the real bad injuries.
Yeah.
You ain't even doing shit.
For real. What happened? Well, I got
remember
in the
that's
ring.
how Vince blew out both his quads. Just literally getting into the ring. His shit just said,
done.
I'm out. And he's just
restart the match. Get it out. What do you got? You're bad. You're fired and you're fired.
It's just like, damn, bro, that's crazy. And then last year, it happened to Shane. Bro got in the ring, blew fucking quad out. It's like, yo, is your family just weak-legged? What's going on?
Yeah, the whole McMahon family got weak-ass legs, yeah.
And it's like, we can include Triple H into that now because he's blown out a quad and shit. He's blown out both.
No shit. Damn, grandfathered in. Damn.
Fucking family curse.
For real. But yeah, Bayley.
Damn, that would be crazy. All right, my bad. But it'd be actually pretty crazy if Shane McMahon's son blew his quads out during a football game. That would be crazy. You'd like, okay, who did y'all sell y'all soul to, and was this the price?
And Stephanie,
that y'all can be successful, but you have to blow your quads out at some point.
Yeah, he saw that deal and he said, "I'm a money man. Quads are no big deal. We'll get a wheelchairs, no big deal. We'll get new quads." He's signing the contract, no big deal. We'll get robot quads. Not happening. That was the other tricky part of the devil. He was fucking. He's like, he thinks I'm actually gonna give him robot quads. That's crazy. Shit. Yeah. Stephanie, at some point, she hasn't torn anything yet, but she got time
that we know of.
That's right. That's right. Matter of fact, I bet if you Googled, has Stephanie ever torn her quads or something, I bet they'd be like, yeah, actually in 1992 or whatever. You're like, wow, it's crazy. Yeah, so with the Bayley match, I mean, good match. I mean, Dakota Kai, why are you even wrestling right now? Why not wait until you're not half Stone Cold Steve Austin up and out there trying. Like, just wait until you're good. And
seriously, that shit's it's hard to watch her walk down the ramp because you see she's trying to walk normal, but obviously she can't really bend that knee with that fucking brace on it like that. But
right,
like, bro, you're barely walking, man. Just it's okay.
For what the match was, it was pretty good. But as me and you were talking about discussing, we were like, I don't even remember what Bailey's moveset really is. I don't know if she's still doing belly to Bailey. I don't know what she does because I haven't seen her wrestle in so fucking long. And it seems like now we're still not going to really see her wrestle until WrestleMania. She's going to have to do... I understand that these guys, they're trained, they're all professionals, they wrestle all the time, and you want to keep them all safe so that way they can get to Mania. But it is frustrating when it's this kind of scenario. Like Seth and Drew, we don't need to see them wrestle every single week. Meanwhile, they are. We don't need to see them wrestle every week because they wrestle every fucking week. So we know, we have an idea, a big idea of what their moveset is, what they're capable of, and all these things. But they have some wrestlers who like Rhea, who hasn't wrestled since Elimination Chamber. You got people like, fucking Bailey, Io. Io hasn't wrestled since fucking, I can't even, probably like 3 PLEs ago. I haven't seen her wrestle almost at all.
Yeah, honestly, I think the last time she did something, same with Bailey, was War Games.
Yeah.
And that was in like fucking January.
Yeah. It is, and it's like, at this point, you need to have them wrestle a match, and you're not going to. We're just going to see, they're going to wrestle a full program at fucking WrestleMania, the biggest stage of them all. That's where we're going to see them make a full program back. And it's like, that is an insane way of thinking. I understand the training is there and all that, but makes me worried. The Rock's yet again it was a 30-minute promo this time. That was crazy.
I don't care. I don't care. I saw a clip and I just saw, he's singing. I was like, nigga, you off beat.
Yeah.
Swipe.
Had to throw in his Maui thing. You're welcome. Yeah, we get it. It was such pandering bullshit. And the other thing is I've watched almost every news report suck his dick over this promo, being like, he did the Hollywood Rock thing. They gave him I was like, the coolest thing was his intro, and that was it. I was like, the song was whatever. It was fucking corny. You can tell he can't play the guitar and do it at the same time anymore. So he didn't even try for that. And then he's got this whole weird thing with Cody Rhodes' mom and showing Mama the belt. And I was like, yo, dude, his mom's like 72 or something like that.
Nah, that was because Cody said that shit on Monday where he's like, I can't give it to my dad, but I can give it to my mom now. That's all that was. I totally
get that, but he was being real sexual with his mom constantly. I was like, it is weird, dude. Like, I get it. You're probably about the same age as his mom, I guess, but that is just weird. And then he flubbed many lines. He flubbed Cody Rhodes'. He fucked up Rhodes' name like twice. I was like, what? How are you messing that up? And yet people are like, it was so good. And I'm like, he was stumbling through it. He figured it out. He got it. He repeated himself a couple different times. 30 minutes for that. And I know it fucking cut into the program because then when Phantasma and LWO were wrestling, they showed Phantasma getting into the ring, and then they had to do the whole and already in the ring LWO. And it is known that when that happens, it's because they are running short on time. They have to cut entrance and fucking get people out there so they can start. Thanks, The Rock. Thanks, Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, it's gonna be great when he's gone.
Yeah, it is gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Oh, it's gonna be good. All right, that's it. That is exactly what has been popping this week in WWE. By the time you see this, it'll be Monday afternoon, and yeah, we'll see what happens Monday night and the rest of the build up for the week. I'm excited for just anything exciting at all to happen. That's the other thing. It's like they can do one exciting thing on each show and we'll be like, nice, perfect, thank you. At least you gave us something.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks guys for watching this episode. Again, please follow us, get active with us, subscribe to the podcast. We appreciate it. Let's build up this community. Let us know what you think about the episode, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace. Brother.